The following video is not accessible. It's got stairs in it. Here's a fascinating question I get a lot. Does it bother me that I don't know if anyone's watching me or staring at me? It's funny, when I walk around with my cane, I feel like everybody's watching me. You know, I feel like if there are people around, they're watching me. And simply because there's not a lot of blind people around. And for a lot of people, I might be the first time they've ever seen one, you know? So I think people are watching me a lot. And if the roles were reversed and I'd never seen a blind person walking with a cane, you better believe I'd be watching. Now, I don't think that's rude, but I think it's a simple curiosity more than anything else. Now, this is the thing. I don't know if I understand the difference between watching and staring. I know that staring is a bit more rude than watching. Parents always say, don't stare. That's not polite. Don't stare. But what's the difference between staring and watching? I would think that to watch something is okay, but to stare means your eyes are wide open and you're just concentrating on this one thing and you're just transfixed, if you will. I imagine people do both to me. I think people are looking at me because I'm walking with a white cane. I think people are looking because I'm not quite walking in a straight line, Or, maybe I'm about to walk into something. Now, do I notice it in a restaurant, for example? If I'm sitting there eating, I might not notice that. Let's say I'm at a place by myself, I'm at a booth alone, okay? And I'm having a little lunch, and if there's somebody staring at me from 2-3 tables away, I have no idea. But if I'm with somebody and we're having lunch together, and then afterwards, we're talking, and he says, the person that was staring at you for the entire time, and it made me uncomfortable. Wow, okay, I got that too. A part of this question is about, can I feel the eyes on me? Like I've heard people say that like they're burning a hole in the back of my head from looking at me so much, right? But I think that's a sighted thing. I don't think I'd be able to feel eyes on me because I don't know what that is. How could I know? It's got to be a sighted thing. I don't think I've ever felt eyes on me before. I don't think I've ever been in a situation where I've been like, oh, I know everybody's watching me, staring at me. I always assume that, because I'm different and because people never seen it, they want to see if I can make it and all that stuff. Now, if I was walking around and, there were 20 hands on me, I'd feel that. And I know what that'd be like. People trying to stop me and push me and pull me and the whole thing. But with eyes, I don't really get that. When there are sighted people around, I'm not quite sure who's watching all the time, so I have to be careful. So for example, if somebody comes over, if I live with somebody or, that kind of thing, I'm afraid to maybe, pick my teeth in front of somebody, right? Because I don't know if they're going to see that or touch my nose or, my ear or some weird thing. I never know. And I understand that people aren't watching everything, but are you going to see this little moment? I never quite know whether or not somebody's watching, but I'm very self-conscious when there's sighted people around. Unless you're in another room. If we're yelling across the house to each other, then I know that things are cool and I can do whatever I have to do and you can't see it. But in the same room, I gotta be careful. Sometimes I might goof it up where I'll be talking to somebody and they're out of the room, but I guess they're straight ahead and they can still see into the room. Or the other way around, that they're around a corner. And I think, well, you sound so close, you should be able to see this. But I don't understand that you can't see around the corner. That happens too. Another thing that happens when I'm around sighted people is I can't tell what they're doing all the time. If I just start to talk to somebody and they don't respond, I'm going, I know you're still here. Oh yeah, you might be on your phone or something like that. It happens all the time. I never quite know what sighted people are doing. There are times when I'll be talking to somebody and maybe they get distracted or have to go away for a quick second while I'm talking to them. And I'm just sitting there talking, going, hello. Oh, you really did leave. Oh my, wait, I'll be right back, And that's a time where I thought they were right there looking at me, totally engaged in what I had to say, And they got distracted and had to leave. Isn't it funny? I'm talking about sighted people watching me and then sighted people not even looking. It's very hard to know. Just because I'm blind, people think that I can't really stare at somebody, right? But I do. I mean, it's not staring with my eyes, but you better believe I'm checking people out. I listen to conversations. I just start to zero in on a conversation. For example, if we're out having lunch or something like that, and there's somebody at the next table talking about something interesting, I'm all in. And I'm transfixed, just like you would be with your eyes if you were watching somebody. And I'm just all on that conversation. People, Tommy, what are you doing? Shh, they're talking about something cool over here. Hang on a second. I love that. So I'm guilty of it too. And this is why I talk quietly when I'm out. Hey, by the way, I want to recommend a channel to you. A couple of weeks ago at YouTube Space LA, I happened to meet a lovely couple who have a channel called WRANGLERSTAR. And what these guys did is very cool. They left the city to become modern-day homesteaders up in the rugged mountains of the Pacific Northwest. These guys do all kinds of outdoorsy stuff. I mean, you know, cutting down big trees and building things and putting things together and just, you know, doing it all on their own. It's off the grid stuff and it's amazing. And it's honestly, it's stuff I never really knew about before, so I'm learning a lot from these guys as well. A couple of the videos I really like, well, one of them is where he's talking about these handmade clamps that he uses that are very intricate. Another one, he's demonstrating a tractor and how it works. And my favorite, talking about these steel pants he wears. Swear to God, he wears metal pants. He also does videos about, you know, everything that's going on in the world and stuff that's happening on YouTube, like channels getting hacked. He also talks about YouTube ad revenue being cut, and even all that stuff that went on with Pewdiepie and how Casey Neistat reacted to it and everything. He just brings a real different perspective to it. It's very grounded. I love listening to him talk about it. So check him out, subscribe to his channel. Look, there's a link right there on the screen and in the description as well. Hey, you gotta get me a pair of those metal pants, man. I bet they go with everything.